We continue with week 1 notes, and we are multiplying binomials in this video. So this is an extension of the distributive property, but the examples we're going to be working with, we actually have 2 terms in a binomial that want to get multiplied by 2 more terms in another binomial. So it's going to be the same idea as how we work the distributive law back here, but instead of one person outside the parentheses that wants to multiply by 2 people inside the house, we've got 2 people in this house that want to multiply by 2 people in this house. So it takes a little bit more work. We're going to give 2 different methods for doing this, and as you're working on your homework or on quizzes, you can choose the method you like best. So let's look at the FOIL method first. The word FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. And in the example we're going to work on, x plus 5 times parentheses x plus 3, I'm going to talk you through this. I'm going to write it a little bit bigger. Let's put it right here. X plus 5 times x plus 3. Remember, everybody here wants to get multiplied by everybody here because there's an invisible multiplication sign between the parentheses. So the way I can start this is by multiplying this x here by this x here. These two are the first term in each binomial. So we're going to multiply the firsts first, and I get x squared, which is right here, x times x. Next, I'm going to multiply that x by the other person next door, the 3. And we call the x and the 3 the outer terms in each of their 2 binomials. They're on the outsides of the polynomial. So first outer, and x times 3 gives us 3x, which I'm going to write, let's do this first, x squared plus 3x. That's going to be our final answer, so I'll point at that last. Now, x has visited everybody next door, but 5 hasn't, so let's have 5 do that. 5 goes next door and multiplies with x. So we write down plus 5x. And then 5 goes next door and multiplies by 3. And the result is positive, and 5 times 3 is 15. Remember, everybody's multiplying with everybody else. One of the common mistakes is when people get to this step, they forget and add the 2 numbers. Remember, you're multiplying. Now, always look when you finish these expressions to see if you have any common, any like terms. No other x squareds, no other plain numbers, but usually these 2 terms in the middle can be combined. 3x and 5x make 8x. Now, that gives us our final answer of x squared plus 8x plus 15. So usually when you're multiplying 2 binomials, you start out with 4 terms, combine 2 like ones, and end up with 3 terms. Now, I'm going to also show you another way to do this. When we're multiplying these 2 binomials together, it can be compared to the box method or an area method for multiplying the 2 together. If I list, let's look at this example here. We've got 2x minus 5 wants to get multiplied by x plus 7. So same idea, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down this binomial along the sides of a 2 by 2 square. 2 squares for this binomial and 2 squares for this binomial. So I write the 2x here, and notice the 5. We put the minus sign in front of it because we're going to think of it as a negative 5. That is really important. If there's a minus sign in your binomial, put it in front of the number it's in front of here. Put it also in front of it along your box. Then place the x from this binomial here, and the 7, which is, since it's plus 7, we can just put a positive 7 down. Now, if we were doing the FOIL method, we would multiply the 2x by the x, right? Well, when we're doing this area method or box method, here's the 2x, here's the x, and it's like thinking, what's the area of this square? Well, it's this length times this width, which is 2 times x, or 2x squared. We'd get the same thing if we were doing the FOIL method. this times this would be 2x squared. Okay? Alright, now let's look at this next box here. There's a 2x here and a 7 here. So that means this length here or here is 2x and this one is 7, since this side is also 2x. So to find the area of this box, I would do 7, and you could even put the 2x here if you want. 7 times 2x, that's 14x. If I was doing the FOIL method, I'd be doing 2x times 7, and I would be getting plus 14x. So it gives you the same answer, but some people really like this visual. Alright, next, this box here has a negative 5 along this side, and this side's length is x, because it's x up here, it's also x down here. And negative 5 times x is negative 5x. If I was doing the FOIL method, there's my negative 5. See the minus sign in front of it? And I'd be timesing it by x, and I would be getting minus 5x. So they do compare. Alright, finally, the last box in my box method has a 7 along this side. So this is 7 also. 7 on the top, 7 on the bottom. Negative 5 here, so this is negative 5 here also. So basically I'm doing this times this. And if you need to write it here also to help you, go ahead and do that. Negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. Now in the FOIL method, that would be multiplying this negative 5 by this 7 and getting minus 35. You don't have to do both of these at once. I'm just showing you how the two methods compare. Alright, on this one, I would combine these two middle terms, and I would get 2x squared plus 14 minus 5 is 9x minus 35. If I'm using the box method, I can see my like terms clearly. They're usually on this diagonal of the box. See them? These both have a plain x. These two aren't alike. They aren't like anything else, but these two are. And usually you can go like this, add them together, and just write them on the corner. Negative 5 and positive 14x is 9x. Then you can write your polynomial out by going through the boxes and collecting all the terms. 2x squared, these two made plus 9x, and finally my minus 35 can be written as subtract 35. Both methods give us the same answer. This method is nice for those of you that are really visual. We'll get some more practice in the next video on this because we have some more problems on factoring that will lead into it.